What's up, guys? Welcome to our live session. Uh, we had a bit of a rocky week last week. We were in and out of the country, so we couldn't do the live sessions on a regular schedule. But we're back, and today is the 15th of July. Time is flying. Quarter 3 is flying. Let's get straight into it. Last week was pretty good. It started off slow, but we ended off at 300 pips. Usually my goal personally is 150 to 300 per week. And then obviously we have other providers like Blitz, Bloom, who are also bringing in a lot of pips. So should be a profitable week. If it wasn't for you, you can email us at support@forexlens.com and we could look at your trade log. There might be something wrong with your risk management or even your trade management once we enter profits. So, if you're not profiting, feel free to message us and we can look into that. But you should have had a nice few weeks. And so let's get into it. Someone said Euro. Let's dive in. Euro's in a weird spot right now. It's at a fib level. Originally, I was saying longs off this ascending trend line, and we did have a bull run, but we've hit some near-term resistance at 1.12840. And for people that are trying to enter long, you do want to enter on retraces, but if we plot the fibs, you can see that we're just bouncing off the 38.2 level. And it could just mean that this was a retrace before we go further down. Ideally, we do have this ascending trend line right here, so if we do come back down and you're looking for longs again, look for a bounce. But we could pop off. This candle is on the daily, so we gotta see how the daily closes. But based on the overall trend, it is a long. However, you can get a better entry, maybe somewhere down here. That's Euro. Not too much. I don't really see a nice point to enter. And in terms of fundamentals, today's pretty quiet except for NSD and Aussie monetary policy. We do have USD FOMC members, but it's nothing too chaotic. Tomorrow we have average earnings for GDP. The pound, then USD core retail sales. So that's gonna be huge. So tomorrow morning, 8:30. This will literally tell us about their inflation, and whether the rate cuts is set in or not, whether it's gonna be priced in or not. So if I do call any signals today, I'll try to go for some of the minors so we stay out of that. But that's Euro. If you have any other questions, send them in while I go through them. Someone said Euro Aussie. I believe on the live session Thursday I called shorts. Alright, yeah. So whoever took this, I don't think I called it in the Telegram, but this is a short idea panned out with the trend, and it actually hit our take profit to the T right here. It didn't even bother going to this support right here, right at the end of our take profit margin. But very low drawdown. It was just a nice trading with the trend trade. Perfect entry just right here. Just pan this out. We had a nice little evening start, just rejection off the EMAs, and just a nice follow through down. We are approaching some support, so be wary if you're in the shorts. Take some profits off, or maybe all of them. Now is not a time to enter. Looking at the daily, let's see what we have. So yeah, big fat bearish candles to the downside. What we can actually end up happening is, just looking to the left, we have come into this trading range from 1.60500ish to 1.5700. So from here to here, just looking to the left, this is our little trading range for quite some time, for about a span of 3 months. From February to April, we've been in this trading range, and looking at to the right, we have closed within that trading range and closed with some significance. So this could be a nice swing short to somewhere down here. What we do want is some sort of a retest. You just never want to enter in the midst of a move, just because you're gonna be stuck in drawdown. So what you want to see is probably a break of this resistance right here with support, some sort of retest and a rejection. Maybe off the EMAs or evening star or dark cloud cover. Any of those reversal signs, and we can just swing down low. The risk to reward is phenomenal. I mean, I preach about risk to reward, but you can be right 50% of the time, and as long as your risk towards 2 to 1, you can still be profitable. So we can have something like this pan out right here. Yeah, stop's gonna be 70 pips, if that. Take profit's gonna be well over 200. So 2.75 risk to reward is what we're looking at. Definitely a trade I'll look for this week, as it's not concerning the USD or the pound. So thanks for bringing that up in the chat. Definitely a trade to watch out for. GJ and USD yen, which we talked about in the live last week, also melted, which is great. Can you explain how to use risk to reward ratio tool on TradingView? Sure. So let me just I'll keep this one. Actually, I'll remove this one. Basically, you just gotta go on your left. There's gonna be a toolbar, and you want to go to this one right here. So there's a long and there's a short, and let's just go based on our short idea. You plot it wherever you're gonna enter. So usually, I usually plot ahead of price. So my bad for all this. Oof. TradingView is lagging. My fault, Jonathan. Alright. So this is how you use it. Let me remove this old one. So let's say we were going to short from right here. This red line where you see these numbers changing is the current price. So you just align it, and usually TradingView will help you align it like that. And obviously this red region will be your stop loss, and you can choose it. So this red line right here is going to be the exact stop loss you're going to enter in MetaTrader, and this bottom part, this green, this very dark green, is your final take profit. And so what you can do is the reason why I have these like green lines, these very neon highlighter type green lines, these are my take profit levels, and so that's why I'll have them within this green box. So I hope you got that. It's pretty simple to use for long. It's just everything I said but the other way. But yeah, it's a nice tool, especially to visualize. And when you go to your TradingView account, you can always see the before and after. See how your analysis played out. Yen, Juliano. Which yen do you want to see? USD yen, Euro yen. I was gonna show pound yen and USD yen. I hope that's cool with you. Pound yen, it pre-falled. Called this one in our live session. A beautiful trade, really beautiful trade. The fundamentals, I mean the technicals are just amazing. Popping to the hourly, we'll see just a work of art. So resistance, we know this key level 136 100. Looking to the left, we had a lot of wicks in this area, a lot of wicks again, and we entered somewhere here. We got around 15 pips. I believe there was pound fundamentals coming out, but even then the analysis played out to the T. So we went to our first take profit level, signified by this green line at 135 500 area, and we actually had a rejection, a bounce back up to this support zone, right to the T, rejected, and followed suite to our final take profit and then some. So beautiful price action. This is why it's key for you guys to plot these levels down if you don't have them already. We all live in different time zones, so I might not be able to see these price action moves during London, but for anyone that shorted to here and took profits and had price come all the way here, if you saw the rejection, like this big fat bearish candle, you could have had another entry to our final take profit. So if you're looking for these key levels, you can pause right now in the live, or when this video gets processed, note them down, or go back to our first few sessions and that's where I really plot them so you can get an idea of how I chose them. But that's pound yen. USD yen had the same story. Obviously not to this extent, but we had a nice fallout. So yeah, USD yen, same thing. Let me pop to the 4 hourly. It's all the same. It's the same strategy. You know, we had our ascending trend line right here. Right, we got a break of it, but we didn't get a retest. So I always say wait for that retest. So price came back in, and then we got the retest and the rejection, and we had a perfect zero drawdown entry short, and we're just about 40 pips away from our final take profit, right at 100, 107, 450. But yeah, we're about 60 pips into profit. Right now we are in we're in a support zone as highlighted by this box. So if you weren't in the short, don't go over it. Don't enter. Just no point. But that's yen. Let me look for some setups that we can enter. I know I've covered things that we did last week. I was seeing a setup on odd CHF for longs. You know, like I said, I'm trying to do minors for this week. Just because entering and re-entering in the midst of fundamentals gets the micromanagement is too time consuming. So you know, I want something where we can just set and trade. You know, leave it alone. Pop into the daily. CHF, we're seeing we're bouncing off the support zone. Let me just squeeze this down a bit. So we see a very crucial support zone. Going back to September 2018, and we had a break of it, but buyers came back in. You know, they weren't ready for a sell-off, and I just plotted this descending trend line just from this wick all the way down here, kind of being capped by it. You know, we were capped by it in the start of July, but now it looks like we're making a real push. If I zoom in, you guys can see the hammers we've been printing. So this hammer. So we're printing a lot of hammers. Buyers is pushing up. So in terms of entry, what I ideally want is, obviously this is our, so this is our resistance right here at 0.69582. So what we want is a break of this descending trend line, a break and close above this level, and we can long it to this next touch on this descending trend line. This descending trend line is, I believe, from the weekly. Yeah, so it's from the weekly. On the weekly, we do have a overall downtrend, you see. But it's time we made another touch. So that's our confluence for that. If we get a break above this, and the rest of the world will be phenomenal. So that's one setup I'm looking for. Euro Aussie shorts for this week. Euro USD, it's in between moves, don't really want to get into it, but that's today's session. Tomorrow's Tuesdays, I believe Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays we have the most movement, so tomorrow's session will be a nice one. I'll have some setups later today, but if you haven't signed up for the portal, I'll tell you guys how to sign up once more. If you have any last questions, send them through. I'll explain this. Go to Trading Room, right here, forexlens.com/trading-room. Click right here, fill out the form. It's free. We're not going to ask you to pay or anything. After you fill out this form, in the next 5 minutes or so, you'll get an email with login credentials. Make sure you check your spam folder. And with those login credentials, you're going to log into this portal right here. And you're going to be given access to our live sessions. So what you're seeing on YouTube will be right in the middle of your screen. You'll have Bloomberg Live running. You'll have the prices of the currencies at the current moment, past live sessions, and the chat is a work in progress. We'll have that up soon, so that way you're not chatting on YouTube but being on the portal at the same time. But sign up; it's a great value. You know, you can get TradingView Pro for free, so you'll have 4 charts all at once that you can put on your screen. Usually that's a paid feature on TradingView, but that's on the house from us. So that's today's live session. Happy trading, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.